Hello everybody, Flik here. It's time for yet another Let's Look At. Today we are looking at War for the Overworld. This is by Subterranean Games, and I love that their company name matches the kind of theme of what's going on in War for the Overworld. In short, this is Dungeon Keeper recreated, done better. I don't really want to spend too much time talking about the recent controversy regarding the Dungeon Keeper release for mobile games. But if you tried that version and thought, why can't they just do something really similar to Dungeon Keeper and do it right, this might be for you. Now, this is the beta version that I have been given to try. If you want it for yourself, you can pre-order the game and you will get this version that I'm playing. They're currently testing multiplayer as I record this in a closed version of this beta, I think. And currently, if you don't want to do multiplayer, you do have a few maps to try. I've done the tutorial and I've also tried some of the sandboxes. I haven't... Oh wait, no, I've done the first two and I tried one sandbox. So that's my experience of the game so far. If you do want to pre-order, you can get a standard edition for £16.99. That is in British pounds. Or you can get a Underlord edition for £26.99. That includes a guide, an OST, and a special dungeon, I believe. I might be missing something, but you can get the details on the Steam store page, which will be linked in the description. So, in case you're not familiar with Dungeon Keeper or want to see how this varies compared to it, we will do the tutorial and then I might go to the sandbox just to show off some of the later units. The basics of it are that you are the lord of an underlord. That's what I'm trying to say. I keep on wanting to say overlord because of my time with this Gaia game, so excuse me if I keep on making the mistake or stuttering when I try and say underlord, because every ounce of me wants to say overlord.
Welcome to the realm of Chaos.
That was Chaos, not Chaos.
Unfamiliar with your powers. Fortunately for you, I'm well versed in Underlore, and will gladly teach you all that is necessary. I hope
I can talk over this guy. Not that I don't mind, I quite like him. He's the disembodied narrator. Our little assistant. Right, hopefully he'll let me talk now without getting angry at me for doing this. But I'm sure if you are at all familiar with how Dungeon Keeper looked, you are already seeing the vast similarities between these two games. You dig out sections of this underground lair to build dungeons, to build areas to recruit soldiers, to defend your lair from heroes, dwarves, elves, humans, etc. and also other underlords who want to try and take your place for their own. So we will just dig out this place as I talk. And they'll start digging it out. The constant green glowing dots mean that I've claimed those sections so I can build on them. And we've just got a new unit.
Within the cozy walls of this room, your minions will lay their wicked, weary heads to rest and restore their vitality.
I did actually forget just how much this kind of tutorial talks to you, and I don't like talking over it, so I may not do the full tutorial. It'll give me time to explain things a bit at my own pace. Can I fast forward him? No.
The dungeon core is your tether to this realm. If destroyed,
he sounds really familiar to me as well.
Putting a swift end to your war for the overworld. Your workers have finished excavating.
Yeah, so we're the underlords fighting for the overworld.
You may now build rooms and defenses upon the claimed tiles. Within the
still not going to let me move, is it? No. So I have to build a place where food will grow for all my various minions to devour. So there we go. And excuse my phone in the background. I already have Mr. Narrator.
Across the empty room. Deliciously done, Underlord.
And it's not letting me zoom in to show you them getting devoured, sadly.
For minions to enter your dungeon, you will need to claim the nearby gateway. Splendidly done, Underlord.
There we go.
Controlling gateways will allow new minions to enter this realm and join your dungeon, where they will heed your malicious command. Open now the veins of evil. Here
so,
you can gain access
still talking.
spells, rooms, and rituals.
You're doing my job for me, Mr. Narrator. So you earn sins and then you go to the Book of Evil to spend them, and this is where you upgrade your spells and your units, and basically I'm just repeating what he just said, aren't I? So he wants me to purchase the ability to make an archive, which I will.
Unlocked. The archive
And now I need to build it.
cultists to your cause. You will need at least a 3x3 area for them to study ancient texts, which will increase.
So I'm sure you've already seen the similarities between this and Dungeon Keeper, as I've already tried to be insane until I got interrupted rudely by the narrator. But in essence, it's exactly the same. I played Dungeon Keeper 1. I didn't play 2 as much, but I played 1 for quite a while, and I felt right at home here getting back into this. The fundamentals are all there, keeping your vault large so that you can store your gold. My gold is down here, by the way, and then below that is my MP, I think, and then sins below that. You can build defences as well as buildings. You can also cast your spells from here and set rally points for your troops when you're defending yourself. And you get gold by mining it, like for example there's clearly some gold there. And yeah, I'll build this just so we can see the cultists. Or a cultist. Yeah, just a cultist. They let you get sins quicker.
His blasphemous knowledge to obliterate your enemies in battle.
I'm not quite sure why that guy just died. Why did he die? What the... Okay. And this is to make a foundry, which lets me build defences. I'll skip the rest of the tutorial after I do the foundry stuff. Yeah, narrator, please stop interrupting me here. I'm trying to talk. So you only ever start with a finite number of these little guys, and as he was saying earlier, you have to claim these portals to spawn the other types of mobs from. So once I build this foundry down here, he will appear here, and if you don't have one of these and you build a foundry, it's useless. You need someone to man it. So let's see, it should zoom in on him appearing, I think. Yep, there we go.
The Chunder is capable of delivering near fatal fits of flatulence on demand.
Fatal flatulence.
Many of your minions take their bacon to go. The hammer on its head is as hardened as its stomach lining, which makes it well suited for work in the foundry.
Right, I want to leave the tutorial now because unfortunately he's talking over me too much. We'll jump into the Ricatsos domain. It's another semi-story based one. We're next door to another Underlord. I very nearly said Overlord again. And we're going to get rid of him. And there will be a bit of tutorial still because there's story, but then he'll be quiet and let me kind of do what I like. This is the villain talking to me now. Sounding suitably stereotypically evil, if I do say so myself.
Lurks nearby. To limit your competition, I suggest you vanquish him before he poses a threat to your campaign.
So you start with a massive feeding area and a bedded area.
Within the veins of evil.
Yeah. I'm actually going to spend all 4 if you don't mind.
The archive will grant you cultists and hasten your ability to unlock new aspects within the veins of evil.
There we go.
The foundry will bring Chunders to your cause and grant you the ability to build defenses for your dungeon.
And this is going to give a tutorial, but unfortunately I think he needs to finish talking first. These things let you have like long sight through the fog of war. That's basically what he's about to explain now. Also, the camera is not going to stop spinning until he shuts up, so if you get motion sick you may want to look away for a few seconds. Because it is actually making me a bit dizzy.
Over a large radius, allowing you to react swiftly.
Yes, come on. That's one complaint I would make. Once you know all this stuff, although why would you want to replay the stage after you've already done it? Well, because it's a beta and that's all you have at present. And there is my nemesis there. So that's who I'm building up the ability to fight, essentially. And having to find my way through. You can't crack through this stone, or at least not through any method I've found. But we know a safe way to kind of go there. Like that. And I will make this a large area with these guys, decent soldiers. And we'll clear this area out as well to build a, I don't know, a library, a foundry, something like that. And we'll build something else right here. Burning a lot of gold, but there is also a lot of gold in the walls, so I'm not too concerned. Let's make that a weird shape for no good reason. And let's make it symmetrical. Perfect. And I should have enough beds to cope with all this. So, I do have one other small complaint, and I found this more so in the kind of sandbox stage that I tried off camera. I was building basically everything just to test it all, just to see what everything did, what units did. You can build dungeons and drop humans in to corrupt them and things like that. It's very good fun. But when you start getting a really sizable dungeon, I mean, this right now is basically tiny, although if I zoom out it does kind of happen. I'm not sure if you can kind of see it. The FPS suffers a lot, and more the bigger your dungeon gets. Now this is programmed in Unity, and in the Unity launcher you've basically just got what resolution do you want it in and an overarching description of the quality you want. So this is on Fantastic currently. I have a very good PC, so I shouldn't be getting the FPS drops that I do get. So I think maybe it just needs to be a little bit more optimized. The gameplay itself, if you love Dungeon Keeper, you'll love this. If you've never played Dungeon Keeper, don't know what it is, and you just like RTS-esque God Sims, where you play as a villain conquering stereotypical RPG trope heroes like elves and whatnot, like I was mentioning earlier, then I would highly suggest giving this a look. It's a lot of fun. And it has a lot of room to grow as well. This is just a beta, as I've been saying. And now I need to build something else. Unfortunately, I think I've overworked all my little goblins, so they're taking a little while getting places. It's also worth pointing out that obviously I am recording, so that will be adversely affecting the FPS quicker than if I wasn't. I'll make this into a study place. That'll get me sins quicker, which gets me upgrades quicker, and that'll oh, why did that spawn facing that way? That's going to bug my OCD to no end. Yes. Here come the cultists. And I'll just start building. Oh, I've triggered the villain taunting me again. There. Look at all that gold. It gives you more than you'll ever need just so you can kind of experiment and things here. I didn't do any defences, did I? So I've researched doors. Once you have a foundry you can actually build these. You basically just place them wherever you want, and sooner or later they will get built. So we can just do that, and do that. Do another one there, why the hell not? They're pretty damn cheap. We'll do another one there. And they will very slowly get built. You can also build crossbows to guard dead ends and that kind of thing. There's also a barrier that makes it kind of magically imbued, so it takes longer to destroy. What else do I need? I want to try and win this one fairly quickly because I don't want to leave without finishing. Let's see, I've got 2 upgrade points. I will do the vault, and I will also do the crypt. Crypts are damn expensive. Oh, what's happening with the camera? I'm getting a cutscene. Ah, because I've found a shortcut into the enemy's base.
It seems there is an unguarded entrance to Raskos's dungeon.
I don't think I have enough troops to do this yet, but I might still try it anyway.
Well, he will surely defend it soon.
Yeah, because it does imply if you take too long, he's just going to find other defences to stop you. Which I don't really want. At the same time, I kind of wanted to build a crypt.
A defense has been built.
Let's do that, and we'll build a door here. Just in case this goes wrong and I lose my entire army. And we'll go up here, we'll do that and that. We'll do that, that. There. So if I dig all that way, there's then 1 square left to basically get in there. I just need to do a little bit of damage to his core. They've made it so his core is really easily accessible at the start so that you can win with relative ease.
A Skarg has entered your dungeon.
I think I should have enough of these Skargs, I believe they're called, that I should be able to take him. Because he doesn't really have any troops, he just has lots of little goblin guys. From memory anyway. It was a few days ago I actually played this through for the first time. There's also another shrine there to summon allies, but you need the ability to build bridges and stuff to get people over there easily. Which is again in your Sin tree. I could probably buy it now, in fact, if I didn't already. I could. Yeah, why not? I've unlocked a wooden bridge. You can also build a place for your troops to train in. And the dungeon torture chamber. I think that's the only other rooms currently. I mean, the full game may have more, I don't know. And let's just build a crypt. Last square, please. Thank you.
Has entered your dungeon.
That summons necromancers. Excellent. Right, let's go see if I can take this guy. So if I go down to my rally flag and place my rally flag here, all my troops should make their way there. I like that the war horn is very similar to the one in Age of Empires. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but I enjoy it nevertheless. They're going to break. and I'm going to tell them to go there in a second. Right there. I can't yet until the wall's open. There we go. Go forth! Go forth and die! Oh, here comes the flyers. They don't need to worry about going slowly through the swamp. Let's see if we can get this guy. Get in there and have a look at them fighting. Oh, they are horrifying. It looks like I've won.
Pain. How invigorating.
Well, he enjoyed himself at least.
Can't save you.
I really wish the camera would not spin like this during long bits of exposition.
Ether for you, ready to infest and consume your rotting soul.
And that's him gone. Any second now when the camera stops spinning. It's not going to stop spinning. There we go. Victory, and this is the victory screen. I will quickly jump into Sandbox just to kind of finish my thoughts. There isn't a lot in the beta at present, so I didn't have much more to say about this, but I think what you've seen so far, if you've never heard of Dungeon Keeper before, you'll have at least decided consciously by now whether this is something you're interested in. If you were at any point in your life interested in Dungeon Keeper, you will already know that if you want to taste that enjoyment again, then this is very clearly for you, because it's essentially exactly the same thing without all the pay to win, pay to play crap of EA's latest effort to, you know, bastardize the Dungeon Keeper franchise. Still, we will just build a few more buildings here. We'll do a long... Oops, no. Just do that. Everything must be neat and tidy. A place for everything, everything in its place. And that's two more that way. And there we go. So, in the sandbox mode, I can constantly press on this to get full gold. And I don't know what that does. But this is like experimentation mode, as far as I can tell. It just lets you build stuff. There is a... I go over here from memory. Yeah, across this water. There we go. There's a way to the overworld. And there's a bunch of the human enemies you can fight. Although that's very clearly a demon. I'm not sure why they have that. But there you go. I think that's a human healer there. A priestess, perhaps. That's a giant paladin. I've corrupted one of them. That was fun. Oh, they've got an allied... I'm not sure I like that. The humans should not have demons of their own. That's another thing I would change. Just have the soldiers and whatnot. It's a bit weird that they've very clearly got demon allies. I mean, there's a cultist there. Goblins, one of those hammerhead things that work in the foundries. So yeah, you can also just build your way up out to here and have a fight with them. Nothing seems to happen after you kill them all. I did all that off camera too. If I wanted to extend my vault around my heart... Sorry, there's not a heart in this, it's a tether. But it's the same difference, really. Oh, and I totally forgot to spend points. For some reason you can't unlock what this is. I guess it must just be a place for your minions to go get drunk. Probably a good idea that you can't do that. There you go, I just spent a ton of... Did I get loads of those cents for touching one of these? No. Either way. So if I make half of this food, half of this bed, and that's basically it. So my first impressions of this are good. I really did enjoy Dungeon Keeper back in the day, so it's basically no surprise that I like this. And I'd also just like to point out that thanks to Kinsik, a regular in my other series and whatnot, that I found out about this game, because I was lamenting about the bad Dungeon Keeper on mobile phones. So thank you, Tim, for pointing me in this direction. And also for the developer Subterranean Games for letting me try it. You can pre-order on Steam, and if you do, you will get exactly what you have seen me playing now. You have to buy the standard edition for £16.99 British pounds, or you can buy the Underlord edition for £10. More than that, with a bunch of extras. It's good. There's not a lot here yet, but it's very much in progress. I didn't get a date aiming for when they want to do a full release, but you can probably find that in the Steam discussion community hub thing for the game. So as I say, the link to that will be in the description box below. And I believe I've covered everything I kind of wanted to go over. So you have seen a sampler of War for the Overworld, my mistake. And I encourage you to check out the link if this is at all interesting to you. And I think it should be, because Dungeon Keeper did something right way back in the early 90s. So it's absolutely no surprise that people want to recapture that, and why people were so disappointed in the official version of it. This is what Dungeon Keeper should have been. So I think I'm going to end there. sorry if this was a bit on the short side, but it's one of those games where you have to show very little before someone decides whether or not it's something they're interested in. And my first impressions, other than the constant spinning cameras during cutscenes and this occasional FPS lag, are basically all positive. So my name has been Flik. Thank you for watching this Let's Look At. Please feel free to check out the playlist for my coverage of many other indie games and such like. And ta-ta for now.